Morning, everybody. Welcome back. How's things going in the greenhouse there? Got lots to tell you. Little health update, little bump in the road, and I want to show you, because you know how I've been banging on about poor compost this year. Well, I'm sure I'm right as well. But let's have a little look at this. Rubbish bag. The bin men are on strike. I've got all our wheelie bins are outside. Look at the rubbish there. They're bloody hell, man. It's all going pear-shaped in northeast of England. So, little update on the health issues. I guess a lot of people know last year was a little bit ropey for us. I had bladder cancer and had bladder, prostate and all glands kind of removed from there. But the initial kind of process, you have your CT scans. Well, on the first initial CT scan, there was a couple of nodules on my lung and there was one on my throat. Or something showed up and I had to kind of do more tests. This was the kind of main concern. So I went and got just everything took out, and hideous kind of recovery, just like the worst possible one. But since then, I've had, kind of reviews, and you have them like every 6 months. I go for a CT scan, and they're a little bit scary. I'll not lie, because you're back in that zone of like, oh God. But CT scan on the bladder showed everything fine, nothing there, so that was brilliant news. The CT scan on my lung showed they'd stayed, these nodules, apparently the body's covered in all these nodules anyway, so they stayed the same. I had the ultrasound on the neck, which is just like what you have on, like mothers have on babies, so that was fine. I went to see him because you still go and see the doctor, and he said, this is the neck doctor, that the thyroid, the right side of the thyroid, there would have initially, when everything was showing up, and I didn't know this, to be honest, just until a couple of weeks ago, he said we would have took it out anyways, but because I was so sore and kind of recovery mode, they just let it lie for a bit. So I was sitting at this thing, he says, so I think we're going to take it out. I was like, all right. Which again I knew it was there, but I thought, even when I had the ultrasound, the lad said, oh, everything's the same size, it hasn't moved. But when I went to see the surgeon, he just says, well, we'll take it out. And I was quite, in a way, like, oh, right, but I thought, surgery. But then he said, and this is what kind of gets you all in a kind of a spiral, is then we'll check to see if it is, because they still don't know exactly if there was cancer there or anything like that. He says, we'll check and then we'll be back in touch, and if so, you might have a little bit of radiotherapy, he says, to tidy it up. And it's just like, all right, you know what I mean? So this, all right. So I don't know if it's not a very nice picture at the moment. So I went in on Monday, and it was only a day operation for Monday. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, and it's just bizarre to, like, it hasn't been that long, so I kind of, I recognise faces, do you know what I mean? And kind of, I'm in the same rooms as that I was in that whole process before, and I see the same nurses and and I'm going through, and I'm in the same, getting knocked out, on that same bed, maybe not the same room, but the same kind of trolley and the same atmosphere and injection, and they always struggle to get bloody needles in us, you know what I mean? So they had to do ultrasound on my arms to find the veins, to put it in, to put the mask on. You're going to feel woozy, Tony, and then come out. And to be honest, I used to be petrified of the thought of getting put to sleep, but now this is the third time. It's I'm not saying it's a walk in the park, but it's, I was talking about YouTube to the anaesthetist. The assistant anaesthetist had 2 allotments. We were chatting away, do you know what I mean? While they couldn't hook us up, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're keeping us occupied. It was just a surreal moment. And then I came round from that. And to be honest, it was killing. Man, was it painful. The first time with all this kind of carry on in the gut, I was hooked up to a kind of morphine driver. So I didn't feel a thing for days, do you know what I mean? Where there was nothing, I just came round. And I'm sure that the surgeon said I would have things in my throat, you know what I mean, and they would be pulling out and it might be a little bit sore, so straight away I was like, morphine, get the bloody drugs in. Put 5 in, didn't touch us, put another 5 mil in, didn't touch us, put another 5 mil in, still didn't touch us, give us an ibuprofen, because by that time it had me kind of limit, and then it started to like settle down after like say half an hour, do you know what I mean, and then I went back to the daycare ward. Now, I've never been back to the daycare ward. Normally, I just go to wherever. So I was on the daycare ward, and then I was home on the night time, and I'm just on paracetamol. It's like, from the last time, man, like, I was just almost drinking morphine the last time. Do you know what I mean? It was just horrific. Where I've got a kind, I mean, it's all a little bit puffed up, this kind of, apparently this scar will go down. So we've just got to wait. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, I might have to go in for a little bit more radiotherapy, but I'm not entirely sure what that entails. I don't think my biggest fear is an MRI scan. I don't know how you're going to, if you ever have to get one of them, you know what I mean? Just claustrophobic spaces, not good. I can just about stand a CT scan, which is like a donut. Think of it like a huge donut that kind of goes over you. I can just about stand that, but MRI. So I don't think it is anything like that for a, you know, the radiotherapy kind of thing, but we will see, But that's, so again, it's back to square one again. No heavy lifting for a couple of weeks, and you know, really take me time for a few weeks after that. So maybe this year's, I mean, I've got the allotment kind of set, so it's not going to overtake us. You know, there's a lot of kind of straw there. There's a lot of the horse bed and straw. There's cardboard on. But I want to show you. I tell you what, we'll nip up the allotment now, and I'll show you the difference compost makes. So what I want to look at specifically is my beetroot. This is what is my touchstone to show you. Some composts are better than others, and they germinate fine. Everything germinates fine, but I want to show you in there. Then we'll go back to the greenhouse, because if you remember, I've swapped over compost. Everything I swapped over there. So let's just have a little look. There we go. Look at, there's bloody weeds coming on the odd bed that I haven't prepared. Actually, mind you, I put the weeds coming there, and I put the Keith Singleton soil conditioner on that. Just put bloody leaves on. Man, it's worked a treat. Right, let's just get in to that tunnel. Because remember, I put me floating shelves up. Everything's kind of sorted, ready to rock and roll in here. And there we go. So I just think things should have been way further on, man. Do you mean? These are in like water beds. These are my cauliflowers in the marathon, and they're actually just looking now a little bit like I've missed the boat with them, to be honest. There's my red cabbage. They all need, I just need to kind of replant. Look at this, man. So this is my beetroot, which was 7th of March. The 7th of March, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? So they're up here, they're in a nice warm, you know, things are growing. Beetroot should grow now. Look at that there. You know what I mean? Things are just, I should expect more from it. Let's just have a look. Look at this, my onions red, but 2nd of January. The 2nd of January, and pencil thin. Not even, sorry, that's been an understatement. That bloody needle thin. Is there anything? Ah, there's a bit root, but they're so... I'm disappointed, I'll be honest, I'm disappointed. Like I say, this is a lovely warm polytunnel there now. It's not dropping ridiculous, you know what I mean? We're in the kind of, what, 8th of April. Yeah, you might get a cold sap, but they should just be kind of carrying on going. Let's fly back down there and I'll show you the difference. The jungle. By the way, before I go, let's just show you this. I haven't done it yet, but I need to. Bought myself a new wheel. I hope it fits, to be honest. It's just like a solid one, but we'll see how that goes. Everything going all right here? Leaks are looking all right, mind you, I'll be honest. I've just put that bloody silver grow. This is what I'm just put it on a bed, a couple of beds, to be honest. I'm gonna have to go and get some more compost from somewhere. Right, greenhouse. Right then, let's just show you what's going on here. To be honest, a total transformation. Do you mean it's just bizarre, to be honest. It's like, it's night and day. This is the frustrating thing. Even like, look at me chilies, man. You know, they're just like, within the last video I did in like gardening was when I changed things over, you know. And they're piri piri, these are tiny little things. Even me, you know, Birchuloka, they're going, something's happening with them. Do you know what I mean? They were a thumbnail size. And to be honest, look at the state. Aubergines are just like bushes there now. These are me Crimson Crush tomatoes. And I've had to kind of repot them because I'll probably be taking them up soon, just to get space, but to kind of hard them off a little bit because, you know, these are going outside. But you can see as well, look at the Nero, which was like the 19th of March, just how good that is. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to repot that and get it. That's beat me bloody marathon. You know, that's a way better. Actually, that lucky dip came through. The last time I was here, it hadn't gone. And Alice's Dream, I've got 3 of Alice's Dream tomatoes there. So I'm kind of Rebel Starfighter. I got 2 good ones and 1 little one's coming. So hopefully, I'm basically looking at the tomatoes, 2 to go in, you know, like each time. So each tomato, you just use 2 tomatoes. That's the possible plan. I've even had to plant out some more, you know, in pots as well. So, do you know what I mean? It's just, look at this, man. You know, this was like tiddly before, but yeah, it's still, you know what I mean, still a little. But what I'm pleased about is I went to another garden centre the other day and they had chilies for sale and they were nowhere near the size these were. So hopefully I can bring these home, you know what I mean? Hopefully no more upsets as well. Look after yourselves, take good care.